Hey everyone, in this episode we are gonna be talking about extreme metal drums mixing and how to use two-track EZDrummer 3 for that purpose. For this tutorial I used Modern Metal extension pack for EZDrummer 3 with multi-channel output routing. I made my preset from the original mix preset. This preset is based on Yamaha 9000 and I just replaced the snare drum. I will use the signature snare of Chris Adler. In the mixer, all drums are routed separately, microphones for the kick drum routed to different channels, kick in, kick out, mics for snare are routed by types, condenser mic in one channel, dynamic in another, and so on. All snare channels are combined in the snare bus to get the perfect blend of top and bottom mics. Hi-hat, rack toms, floor toms, all cymbals combined in the cymbals bus. The next are channels for overhead mics and far overhead mics, and the rest part room mics combined in one group. The first channel is kick in. There is no processing in inserts due to all kick channels connected to the kick bus, and all processing will be done there. Here we have EQ adjustments and two sends for parallel compression and parallel distortion. Kick out channel without processing. The same with the snare condenser mic channel. For the snare dynamic mic channel I will use LA to A emulation, low cut up to 150 Hz, and two sends for parallel distortion and parallel compression. Snare bottom mics channel, low cut up to 750 Hz, and sends for parallel distortion. All snare channels combined in one group. The next, hi-hat and ride channels without processing. Rack and floor toms I used an SSL drum strip. For cymbals, I use the channel strip plugin by Analog Obsession. Overhead mics, here we have saturation plugin. overheads far without processing, and settings for the room mics channel. The next step is bass processing for kick, snare and overheads. The first plugin for kick bass is Phantom 5. I used it to make the sound warm in conjunction with saturator, equalizer and channel strip. Also, we have two sends for parallel compression into different type of compressors, and two sends for sidechain effect for the bass guitar. It's optional. Snare bass without processing. I will use this channel as volume level fader for all snare mics. Settings for overhead bass, equalizer and channel strip. All channels are connected to the drum bus. For this project I used only one trigger for kick drum. I used my own samples. It's dirty and raw samples, but it works great together with EZDrummer due to 2-track sample sounds too perfect for me, and I want to get more natural sound. I used gradient without any processing and kick trigger channel connected to the kick bus. Now let's look at FX channels with parallel compression and parallel distortion. The first parallel compression channel makes sound more warm and mild, and this channel is connected to the drums bus. The second parallel compression channel makes sound more punchy, and this channel is not connected to the drums bus. This channel is connected to the drums and bass group. It is the final group before the master channel. For parallel distortion I use a guitar amp, and you can use any other that you have, and the result will be approximately the same. It's just an aggressive type of saturation. In this case the drums bus is used as volume fader to blend together all drums channels. In the final stage of drums processing on this channel I will use a limiter. I use this group to glue together all drum channels, triggers, FX channels and bass guitar. And the settings for the master channel. That's all. I hope it will help you to get started mixing. Full Cubase project is usually available on my Patreon, and you may download it with a subscription. Thanks for watching, stay tuned and see you next time.